Hey y'all, tonight I'm doing chicken and rice. I just got the little stuff trimmed off. I didn't do a very good job. But I just got my chicken trimmed and I'm fixing to season it up and saute it. If you have time, that's the way I recommend doing it. If you're in a time crunch on a weeknight or something, you can always pick up a rotisserie chicken. I'm gonna start with some paprika all over these and then some onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder or granulated garlic, salt and pepper. Now I'm just going to pat this in and rub it all around. Flip them over. Wash my hands real quick. And then just do the same. I got my cast iron over here. I'm going to get it heated up first. I'll put some bacon grease in it. Maybe about 2 teaspoons. And then I'm also going to put a couple tablespoons of butter. I turned my heat down to like a 7 and then I'm going to put the chicken in. I normally wouldn't want to overcrowd my pan, but I don't really care right now because I'm fixing to turn the heat down even more. I turned it to between 4 and 5 because I want to cook this chicken low and slow. If you don't have a meat thermometer, I recommend this one from Tyfer. But you can get any meat thermometer, but you just keep checking it because if you overcook your chicken, it's going to be dry. So it's going to not only taste better, but be juicier if you make sure not to overcook it. It's been in the skillet for like 4 or 5 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over. I'm gonna make a mess doing this, but I want to show it to y'all. That's what it looks like. It's probably been another 5 minutes now, but I just checked them with the thermometer and they're not hot enough internally, so I put the lid on it, turned it on low. Now I got me another pan heating up. I'm gonna put another tablespoon or 2 of butter and some more bacon grease. You can't go wrong with butter and bacon grease. 2 cans of cut green beans, drained. Y'all seen me make my green beans before, and I put them in a pot, and I'll either leave the juice on them or add chicken broth, but I sort of boiled them, and I grew up eating them that way, and I love eating them that way. But it's also not too bad doing it this way. Put them in there with a diced onion, and I'm gonna season them with this Lowry season salt, and then I'm gonna put a lid on it. And I'm just gonna let it do its thing for a while. I've already took 1 piece of chicken out of here. I've just been checking them individually with my meat thermometer. It's more accurate if you remove it from here and then check it. Now my chicken is done and it's so juicy. It smells so good, I kinda wanna eat it by itself. In my rice cooker, I've got 2 cups of rice that I rinsed really good until the water was clear. And then I put a tablespoon or 2 of butter and I'm gonna put just a little bit of salt, but not much. And no, that is not a hair, it's just scratched. We're gonna cook that, turn it on, press white rice, and it's easy as that. It comes out perfect every time. I got this in my Walmart storefront. The onion that I used in those green beans was huge, so I have a little bit of it left, but it really needed to be used. Rather than throwing the rest of it away, I'm going to ice it up and freeze it. Make sure your Ziploc bag is a freezer bag, and then just put it in there. Next time you're making something and you don't feel like cutting up an onion, you're ready to go. I'm gonna do some of the prepping while I wait for the rice and the green beans. And part of that is shredding up this chicken. I'm almost sad to do that because I just know that this is so good. Look how, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? It is so juicy. I had to move the butcher block out of the way because it was sliding on that wood. It won't slide on regular countertop. So easy to shred chicken with that thing. You can use your hand mixer if you don't have one of these, or you can get one of these. I think it's in my Amazon storefront and my TikTok shop. You're gonna need a big bowl. And I'm gonna get all the drippings off of this plate too, and all that seasoning. That's flavor. Shredded chicken's in the bowl. I'm gonna put about a 1/4 cup, maybe even 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I've never made this recipe before, by the way. I always make mine pretty simple and southern. It's usually like cream of chicken, a little bit of chicken broth maybe, and some butter, lots of butter and salt and pepper. But I was on ChatGPT today, coming up with something else to try. 8 ounces of sour cream, cream of chicken, And then it suggested cream of celery. This is a lot of sour cream and cream soups. So what I'm gonna do is maybe half of the cream of celery, stir it up and see what we got first. And it wants cheese again. Parmesan cheese, I would have never thought in this. But I've also never put cheese. I've had some of y'all tell me you put cheese in your chicken and rice. I just have never. But 2 cups, I think that's a little too much, I don't know. I'm just gonna do 2 small handfuls. Again, we'll see what it looks like. And it said black pepper, of course, onion powder and garlic powder. And then we're gonna give this a mix. That mixture is pretty thick, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of the cream of celery. I got company coming. I hope celery is not a problem. I don't usually like celery, but I don't think I would mind like cream of celery. Ooh, I just tasted them green beans and they're so good. Oh, I was supposed to put a half cup of chicken broth. I know it looked a little thick. My rice is done. I'm gonna use this pan here because it's deep. Normally if I'm at home, I'll just use my own like casserole dish. But this is a big old bowl of mixture, and then 2 cups of cooked rice has still gotta go in it, and it'll just be easier to stir it in a deep dish like this. And I'm gonna take all the rice and dump it in here, and then all the chicken mixture. This looks like more chicken mixture than it does rice. I hope my chat GPT didn't steer me the wrong way. Most people do like a lot of meat though. Me personally, most of the time, I'd rather have more rice and less meat. Just gonna get this stirred up really, really good. All right, I got it all stirred up and in an even layer in my pan. I'm fixing to taste test it. Okay, Chad. I am gonna do a little thin layer of cheese. Not much, because there's cheese in the mixture. In a 350-degree oven for about 25 minutes, and then I'll show you what we do next. It's been 25 minutes. This is looking and smelling absolutely delicious. I'm gonna do the topping. It's gonna be that traditional Southern Ritz cracker and butter topping. You're just gonna want to crush up some Ritz crackers. And I'm gonna pour mine in a little container. And then in another little container, I'm going to get a couple of tablespoons of butter and I'm gonna melt it. And I'm just gonna take my melted butter and pour it over the Ritz crackers. I try to remember when y'all ask me about things so I can come back and tell you. But these measuring cups, this is the 2 cup, that's the 1 cup. They came from Amazon and they're in my storefront. I'm just gonna get that butter mixed all in good with these crumbs. Hey.
Hey.
And it's home. How'd it go?
It went really good. It was a lot of overload though, like information overload.
Information overload.
But it was.
Is it okay if I tell them?
Yeah.
Hannah got her a new job. I don't know if y'all been following her on TikTok, but she told about her job. What is that?
On the phone with you. And you say, hey TikTok.
Hey TikTok.
That's our old coworker, and they're gonna miss each other so much. They still talk all the time, I think. But today was her first day at her new job. Sprinkle these buttery Ritz crumbs all over the top, and you're gonna put it back in the oven for about 10 minutes. This is unlike any chicken and rice I've ever made. But so far, the things I've tasted about it, it's gonna be good. I'm not gonna pop mine back in the oven yet because since Caden is at Bible camp and Hannah's probably not gonna eat this, I have company coming over to eat with me. So I'm gonna bake it for another 10 minutes or so and toast those crackers up and reheat the casserole back up. But I'm gonna wait to do that. I'll come back in the morning and tell y'all what I thought about it. I kind of like doing these little next day reviews on what I made, especially if I made a new recipe. Here's the deal with what we had last night. I liked it. I don't think that I need to call it chicken and rice. I grew up eating Southern chicken and rice, kind of bland, cream of chicken, a couple of seasonings, but like it was very creamy and it was kind of bland. It just felt, it was comfort, This recipe from last night, however, it wasn't as creamy because it had a lot more stuff in it, and it was very flavorful, a good flavor. This wasn't chicken and rice as I know it, you know. So with that being said, I might would just call it a cheesy chicken rice bake or something like that. And that way I won't be expecting one thing in my head and eating something different, because that threw me off a little bit. But I'm telling you, it was good. Had a lot more chicken than my normal chicken and rice would have. The flavors worked. I liked the flavors really well. So I do recommend it, but don't expect it to be your typical chicken and rice, if that makes sense. And there's a little update I wanted to give, and a prayer I want to ask for. Over this past weekend, Sophie fell in the pool. I was standing right there. Like, she's too old for me to let her go out in the backyard where there's a pool by herself. I already knew that. She still never has fallen in, but she did, and I jumped in, clothes and all, and got her real quick. But then she did that again this morning. She has had a bad couple of days. She already sleeps a lot. She just about can't see and hear anymore. And so what I mean by a bad couple of days is there's a few things that still told me that she has good quality of life, and that's that she gets up and runs in there when she hears me come home wagging her tail, and she still eats her food good. She's excited. She's like rushing me to put her food down, you know. But this last week or so, maybe a little longer, she's still eating her food, but not necessarily as excited about it. Like, for example, one day, a couple of days ago, I put it down and she licked it and then walked off to the living room. Well, I can't leave it there. She eats prescription food, and Toby might go in there and eat it if she walks away from it. So I took it to the living room where she went, put it down, and she picked at it and ate most of it. That's not like her. It's been a while since she has been back to the vet for a checkup, so I'm going to take her this afternoon. They very well might tell me that it's time, or at least getting close. Ooh, I don't even want to think about it. I don't want her to suffer, so y'all say a prayer. If there's something wrong that she just needs medicine for, that we'll find it, and I don't know, just maybe that I'll just make the right decision. Happy Tuesday. I love you. Stay classy.